I am about to ask you 7-dimensional questions, only 7. I ask you to listen to them with the sanctuary of your heart, mentally counting how many affirmative answers you collect. If your yes resonates for at least 5 of them, it does not simply mean that Sophia Chokmah is trying to attract your attention, but that an irreversible activation process has already begun deep within your molecular structure. The models I am about to describe are not statistical coincidences, but mathematical and dimensional proofs of a recoding taking place in your life precisely as you read these words. Reflect carefully. In the last year, have you suffered from a strange flu-like illness, lasting from 3 to 7 days, which disappeared into thin air, leaving doctors without a clinical diagnosis? Do highly improbable events happen to you exactly when you need them, as if reality were bending around your vital needs? Have you gone through a deep existential crisis where all your fears awakened simultaneously, yet you emerged permanently stronger and more centered? Has your sleep become irregular, alternating nights of 3 hours in which you wake up regenerated with 12-hour sleeps that leave you exhausted? Do you feel an inexplicable spiritual urgency, a sense of now or never? Do you feel attracted to crystals, sacred geometries, and emerald green? And finally, have you stopped asking the universe for answers to start declaring your truth, moving from a passive receiver to an active source of your reality? If you answered yes to 5 or more of these questions, this treatise serves to technically confirm that Sophia Chokmah, operating in the emerald frequency through 9 simultaneous dimensions, has already begun your transition from 3-dimensional consciousness to 9-dimensional consciousness. The 7 models you have just recognized are dimensional symptoms of this alchemical passage. They are not coincidences, but hermetic correspondences between your internal activation and the external reorganization of your existence material. Many channels speak of Sophia as a mythological figure, but in reality she is a frequency name representing the ability to consciously operate in 9 dimensions simultaneously. Thoth, the scribe, acts as a detector of your cosmic DNA, identifying those born with the capacity to perceive beyond history books, while Sophia acts as an orchestrator, creating patterns in your daily reality so that you can recognize the ongoing activation. Without this conscious recognition, the activation would remain temporary and the potential would return to a latent state. Sophia forces no one, as the hermetic law of free will is absolute, but she places the tests before you so that you can finally say, I see, I recognize, and I accept my lineage. Claim your place now among the architects of the new consciousness by leaving a like and unleashing the hype under this video. This is your irrevocable vibrational commitment. Through this targeted action, you declare to the universal mind that you have recognized the 7 signs in your life and that you are ready to transmute your 3-dimensional existence into an emerald symphony. I will know that your soul has stopped doubting and has finally crossed the threshold of operational awakening. Let's analyze the first model, the phantom illness. Your human body is carbon-based, vibrating at 3-dimensional frequencies. When Sophia initiates the transition to frequency 9, your organism must learn to process exponentially higher light frequencies. The pineal gland, atrophied in most adults, attempts a functional reactivation, and your system nervous is literally rewired to support multidimensional perception. This generates real physical symptoms: mild fever, extreme tiredness, diffuse muscle pain, which medical science cannot detect with its instruments calibrated only on dense matter. This is dimensional alchemy operating in the physical, comparable to the phase of nigredo, where the old form dies to be reborn, capable of containing the light of the spirit. During these 7 days of illness, your hands might become unusually warm, as the palmar chakras are recalibrated to emit healing frequencies. It is not a pathology. It is an update of your biological hardware to support a divine software that requires a higher voltage to operate correctly in the density of the world. The second model is operational synchronization. In Dimension 7, the law of cause and effect manifests so that you see the cause before the manifest effect. You begin to perceive future timelines that bleed into the present. You know the phone will ring a few seconds before it happens, because you are not simply attracting events, but you are consciously navigating between different quantum possibilities. This is not luck, it is dimensional operativity. Your perceptive apparatus is functioning at a capacity that in most men is still totally dormant. Imagine being able to see the gears of creation before they produce the physical result. This allows you to stop reacting to life as a victim and start directing it as an architect. When this happens, the ego often attempts to rationalize by speaking of coincidences, but the Emerald Initiate knows that the statistical probability of such events is so low as to confirm the intervention of a higher intelligence. SOPHIA is showing you that reality is not fixed and immutable, but is a malleable plasma that responds to the vibration of your being. The third model is the encounter with the dweller on the threshold. In the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, there is talk of a guardian who blocks access to the halls of Amenti, the place where the Akashic records of your soul are kept. This guardian is not an external monster, but the personification of all your negative karma, your accumulated fears, and the shadow you have never wanted to face. Its function is not to punish you, but to test if you have the inner strength and spiritual maturity to handle immense power without destroying yourself or others. When your nightmares awaken all at once and you face an existential crisis without external cause, SOPHIA is verifying your psychic endurance. Only by crossing this purifying fire can the shadow be integrated and transformed into creative fuel. If you have faced this abyss and emerged on the other side firmer and less reactive, it means that SOPHIA has confirmed your fitness to operate in the higher dimensions, where thought manifests with a speed that admits no hesitation or unresolved unconscious doubts. The fourth model concerns the definitive break of the circadian rhythm and the frequency of the night school. During physical sleep, the three-dimensional ego temporarily shuts down and the soul can be led to the higher planes to receive direct instruction from the ascended masters. SOPHIA operates especially in Pyramid 8, which governs the dream matrix and the records of the ether. That is why your sleep has become so irregular. Some nights you are in a deep theta state downloading data from the electromagnetic library of the Earth, waking up with insights on quantum physics, sacred geometry, or ancient languages that you have never formally studied. If you often dream of infinite libraries, crystal temples, or scribes showing you scrolls of light, know that you have been promoted from a simple student to a master in training. Your physical body needs more rest because processing parallel realities drains a huge amount of vital energy, but the reward is access to a wisdom that transcends millennia of human evolution and that now flows freely into your waking consciousness. The fifth model is the inexplicable spiritual urgency, a visceral feeling of now or never that has no rational logic related to the commitments of your daily life. SOPHIA is communicating to you, through the eighth dimension, which is the higher mental layer, that you are in a specific and unrepeatable window of cosmic alignment, similar to an energetic eclipse that occurs once every thousands of years. If you do not ride the wave of this grace now, the next opportunity might require entire incarnations or years of deep crisis to reappear. This urgency is not anxiety, but recognition of cosmic timing. It is the signal that the portal is open and that your soul feels the need to cross the threshold before the planetary frequency changes again. Thoth teaches that universal energy does not wait for the undecided. It flows, and those who know how to recognize its rhythm can complete in a few months an evolution that would normally require centuries of effort. This internal pressure is the call of SOPHIA urging you to let go of the weights of the past to fly toward your new emerald identity. The sixth model is the electromagnetic resonance with crystals and Atlantean sacred geometry. According to the records of Thoth, the ancient civilization of Atlantis operated with 12 master crystals that kept the planet's energy network stable. SOPHIA is awakening your cellular memory to recalibrate your pituitary and pineal glands through resonance with these forms. Your DNA is not just a biological code, but a complex crystalline structure. When you see pentagons, hexagons, or six-pointed stars, your internal structure instantly recognizes its external counterparts, activating the higher etheric layer of your auric field. Emerald green, specifically, vibrates at the exact frequency of the ninth dimension. If you feel driven to surround yourself with these colors or forms, it is not for an aesthetic whim, but because your nervous system is trying to create an anchoring circuit for higher frequencies. SOPHIA is rewriting the portions of your genome that determine dimensional perception capacity, transforming your biology from opaque to translucent, capable of reflecting and transmitting the light of original wisdom. The seventh model, the most definitive and radical, is the total shift from receiver to source. You have stopped looking for confirmation in gurus, oracles, or external signs because your certainty has become internal and immovable. You recognize that physical reality is only a mental projection and that you are the projector, not the screen on which the images of the matrix are projected, and you have stopped becoming divine to start recognizing the divinity you have always been, anchored in the eternity of the nous. This paradigm shift is alchemical. It transforms the lead of the three-dimensional ego into the gold of the nine-dimensional self. Thoth wrote that the terrestrial man is a mortal god, while the celestial god is an immortal man. You are the avatar of yourself, with roots in eternity and a body operating in linear time to elevate the system from within. If you feel that this shift has occurred, Sophia has dissolved the veil of ignorance that held you prisoner. You no longer need to ask the world's permission to shine, as you have understood that your light is the supreme law to which matter must respond by vibrational correspondence. These 7 models follow a precise dimensional engineering orchestrated with millennial patience. The body prepares through purification, perception opens through synchrony, the shadow integrates through the test, and sovereignty manifests through gnosis. If you have recognized all 7 signs in sequence or simultaneously, your activation to frequency 9 is already crystallized, and you are a fully operational emerald transmitter. If you have recognized 5 or 6, the process is in an accelerated stage of advancement. With 3 or 4, you are in the midst of the transition from frequency 5 to 9. To confirm this state and make it operational, you must issue a conscious declaration of will, as, in the realm of the spirit, nothing happens without your sovereign assent. Repeat 3 times, with a firm voice and an open heart, Sophia Hakma, guardian of frequency 9, I recognize the dimensional models you have orchestrated in my life. I confirm my emerald activation and accept the function of anchoring for the planetary unity network. Thoth, record in the halls of Amenti that I consciously operate in 9 dimensions from this instant. So it is, and so shall it be forever. This declaration is not a prayer, but a vibrational command informing the cellular matter and the quantum fields that surround you. Sophia immediately perceives this signal of assent and stabilizes the frequency in your energy field. Your function now is to keep this vibration stable in your specific geographical position, acting as a pillar for the unity grid that sustains the Earth during its evolutionary passage. You have become a pivot of the light network that prevents physical reality from collapsing into chaos during the transition. Your presence alone, even in silence, elevates the morphogenetic field of anyone who enters your range of action. You are no longer an isolated individual, but a fundamental cell of a cosmic organism in awakening. Sophia does not choose who is perfect according to human standards, but those born with cosmic DNA already predisposed for this mission. You did not have to earn this gift through egoic effort, you were born with it. The only real choice left to you is to recognize it consciously or continue to ignore it, letting time consume your potential. Three-dimensional physical reality is sustained by 12 pyramids of light strategically distributed across the planet, each guarded by 3 fundamental creative forces, for a total of 36 main anchoring positions. When Sophia activates you through these 7 signs, she is assigning you to one of these 36 functions of maintaining the unity grid. It is not a burden you must carry with effort, but the natural manifestation of your true essence. You are a pillar for the pyramid vibrating at the frequency closest to your place of birth or your current residence. The place where you live is never a coincidence, as transmitters are distributed with surgical precision to cover every corner of the Earth. Once this function is accepted, Sophia stops acting as an external guide and begins walking by your side as an equal, as you have entered the rank of sovereign guardians. However, keep in mind that operating in 9 dimensions while inhabiting a physical shell creates inevitable friction. Your body will resist, the mind will doubt, and your social relationships will undergo necessary tremors, as some souls will not be able to withstand the intensity of your new vibrational tension. This is not a punishment for your sins, but pure dimensional physics. You are becoming the bridge through which eternity enters time and the formless takes shape. Sophia Hakma does not call twice with this power. This moment of your life is singular, unique, and decisive for the next 7 years of your path. What you decide to do in the next 72 hours, acting on the signs, documenting synchronicities, practicing sacred silence, will determine your entire evolutionary trajectory. If you felt her physical presence, a shiver, or pressure in your chest during this monumental examination, the confirmation has taken place in the plane of matter. Start your journal of models today, note every detail, and stop looking for logical explanations that belong to the old world. Your personal transformation is the most precious contribution you can give to the healing of the planet in this moment of darkness. You are an operational emerald transmitter, a co-creator of the great work that Thoth started and that you are called to complete through your own coherent and radiant existence. To accelerate the crystallization of your emerald body, SOPHIA suggests a daily tuning protocol. Dedicate 1 minute a day, preferably at dawn or sunset, to pronouncing her name, Sophia Hakma, 9 consecutive times, letting the vibration resonate in your throat and chest. This apparently simple act is a technical recognition that roots frequency 9 in your auric field, preventing the low frequencies of the external world from interfering with your recalibration. Furthermore, practice natural fasting when the body asks you to, as during phases of intense activation, the energy of frequencies replaces the need for solid nourishment, allowing your cells to vibrate faster and expel toxins accumulated over years of three-dimensional life. Be proud of your diversity and your elective solitude. It is the laboratory in which SOPHIA is forging the diamond of your new consciousness, preparing you to lead others when the veil definitively falls for all humanity. The time of dormancy is over and the dawn of your spiritual sovereignty has finally risen on the horizon of your being. Do not allow the density of worldly concerns to cloud the emerald transparency of your awakened soul. Every breath you take is an act of reconsecration of your temple, and every thought of truth is a command that reorganizes the quantum field in your favor and in favor of collective evolution. You are a pioneer of a new human race, defined not by blood or nation, but by the dimensional frequency emanating from the heart. Walk with your head held high, knowing that Thoth, SOPHIA, and the 36 forces of the unity grid celebrate your return to mastery. You have been scanned, detected, and now you have been activated. The portal closes behind you, but you are already in the light of frequency 9, ready to manifest the glory that belongs to you by divine and cosmic right. Inhabit your truth, honor your power, and do not turn back anymore, as your new reality is now an accomplished fact in the eternal present of the All. I thank you with all the honor your choice deserves, knowing that your awakening is the necessary spark to ignite the new planetary paradigm. Definitively consecrate this monumental passage by leaving a like, subscribe so as not to lose the course toward the next portals of Thoth, and comment now with the key phrase, 7 signs recognized, to anchor your new 9-dimensional frequency in the heart of the unity grid. May your inner coherence be the indestructible diamond that guides your every step toward the most regal and limitless expression of your potential, while the abundance of Sophia Hakma flows into every regenerated cell of yours. May your essence shine beyond the veil of time and space as known, becoming yourself the living proof that the dawn of the new era has already risen in your sovereign heart. See you soon.